How are you, my fans, sneak peepers, and curious friends? I am difficult and demanding. If you want to know my real name, then hold still, and I might bring your wish to fruition. Before we begin, you can find this podcast show in iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, Blueberry, Google Play Music, TuneIn, YouTube, and Stitcher. Now, unlike the other people in your life, I actually care about what you think. So meet me halfway, take a tiny moment, and give my podcast and each episode a review rating. This is the I'm Difficult and Demanding podcast, keeping it real, uncensored, and shooting straight between the eyes. The third eye, that is. I am going to hit you with explicit truth. This solo show is outrageously honest and keenly witty with a view into life. Yes, I said life. That's what we do every day when we wake up from sleeping. We are living life. Well, some of us at least. Moreover, I hope to provide you with gut-wrenching laughter and a touch of wisdom. Let's get something straight. Really, really straight. I am truly, actually, habitually, and shamelessly difficult and demanding, and I completely own it. Now, I don't ask for much because I expect and receive it all. I firmly believe that if you expect shit, you will receive shit. What does that mean? Well, it means expect nothing but the best and don't settle for less. As always, I, your host, Tara, am keeping it real and uncensored. Guess what time it is? It's our time again. So unplug from your life and dive all into episode 28 of the I'm Difficult and Demanding podcast, keeping it real on the ridiculous world we live in. Today's show is called We Are Protected. No is such a powerful and misunderstood word. No, no, no. Yet it is necessary to our existence. It's the fine line between being happy or ran the fuck over. If you live in a quote-unquote unsafe state, then your police officers can go from fucking helping us to just fucking us. Who needs protection when cops can serve up unwilling sexual partners? Before I begin, I am going to do a call out. What's a call out? Well, it's not a shout out. I am calling out you motherfucking lurkers. If you have entered my world, then be honest with yourself about it. You want to be here, and you know I want you here, so follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Finally, climb aboard and enjoy the entire show, because I am giving you plenty of ridiculous honesty. Once the podcast episode ends, I am keeping it going on my Instagram page at Difficult and Demanding and on my Twitter page at Mrs. D and D. Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I want to talk to you about boundaries, personal boundaries. Are you familiar with this? Oh, you're not sure? Yeah, I bet. You've heard of it, but do you exercise them in your life? Do you exercise them in your life? Were you taught how to? What I've noticed is that people either have a fortress made with granite or bouncy house walls. Yes, that's what I said. Either it's one extreme or the next. Either they have walls built with granite, a fortress built with granite, or they have bouncy house walls as their personal boundaries. Yep, that's what the hell I said. Granite walls or bouncy house walls. Two bloody extremes. There's no balance there, is there? You are all the way in or you're all the way out, right? It's one or the other. Either you have them or you don't. Or you're all the way in or you're all the way out. Why is that? Why is that? This is some very simple shit. Yes, personal boundaries. Boundaries are some very simple shit. We've heard about it. We talk about it. But most of us don't know what the hell we are doing. Boundaries apply to our personal relationships. It also applies to our professional relationships. It applies to any type of relationship that you have. So, what is the definition of personal boundaries? Personal boundaries are guidelines, rules, or limits that a person creates to identify reasonable, safe, and permissible ways for other people to behave towards them. Did you hear that? Yes. It's something that a person creates to identify reasonable, safe, and permissible ways for other people to behave towards them. And it also includes how they will respond when someone passes those limits. Now, in my experience, people that have a hard time saying no struggle very hard with boundaries. What's the problem with no? I'm actually quite proficient with no. No, 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 no. Did you hear the ease and comfort I have with no? People don't like to say no because they are scared of the other person's reaction. Why are you scared of the other person's reaction? What does that have to do with you? Oh, you base your value and self-worth off of it. I see. That's a fuck all situation for you to be in. Yeah, that's a very fuck all situation for you to be in. Your self-esteem is like a roller coaster ride then. Yikes, yeah. Very powerless. To be honest, I think this starts the process. I think, this starts with our belief system. Yes, it starts with a belief system that we are incomplete as people. Huh? If it doesn't start it, then it definitely accelerates this false belief, right? Somewhere there's a false belief. There's a false belief, right? We have this incessant need to merge our very being, wants, needs, desire, hope, and dreams with another. Compatibility, right? Compatibility means you have to lose yourself, right? You have to be any and everything to one another. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I started off with talking about personal boundaries, and I am still talking about personal boundaries. But now I've segued over to how and what personal boundaries actually look like day to day in our lives. And it comes down to sometimes compatibility. You have to be any and everything to one another. It's like you have one foot and the other person has the other foot. And together you will stand tall and balanced. Yes, that's what I said. You have one foot and the other person has the other foot. And when you are together, that is when you will be able to stand tall and balanced. Yes, the shit is ridiculous. Yes, it's ridiculous. Let me let you in on a secret. You are already complete. And you already have two goddamn feet. You have a left one and a right one. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Yeah, it sounds stupid, don't I? But I'm trying to make a point here, and I think you're getting it. You have 2 feet. Who knew? Shit. It was right there, attached all along. So, now that I am done for right now, as far as being sarcastic, let's get to my point, my love. You are already complete and whole. You don't have to sell your soul or being by conforming and doing things that are a disservice to you. You can tell a motherfucker no, mean it, and still receive infinite love. Oh, you didn't know that? See, that's why I'm here for you. I love telling you shit that you don't know, right? And I also love the way the word no rolls off of my tongue. you should practice saying the word no. Say it to yourself while you're looking in the mirror. Sometimes the first person we need to be able to say no to is our damn selves. Yep, that's what the fuck I said. And that's what the hell you understood. Yes, say no to yourself. I know you think I'm off. I may be. I may not be. But you need to get my point. You need to get my point really, really well. I want you to say no to yourself. Say no to yourself. Say no to helping someone before you help your damn self. Say no to agreeing to do some shit that you and I both know you cannot stand doing. Say no to yourself for wasting your time and your energy on fucking blood-sucking energy vampires that keep you from pursuing your dreams. Say no to the negative labels you place on yourself. Say no to tolerating life. Say no to your fucking excuses. Say no to seeing and hearing what the fuck you want to see and hear instead of seeing the truth. Do you catch my point? If you can't say no to the bad decisions that you make in regards to yourself, then how in the hell are you going to establish and maintain your own personal boundaries with others? Sometimes I tell myself to shut the hell up and sit the fuck down. Yep, that's what you heard me say. I tell myself to shut the hell up and sit the fuck down. Yep. No, I don't say it out loud. But I can if I need to. My point is, everything you think you need and want may not be good for you. You have got to step outside of your feelings and really look at your decisions. And no, I am not talking about those big, major decisions. I am talking about those tiny autopilot decisions that you make. Did you hear what I said? I am not talking about those big, major decisions, those life-changing decisions that we encounter. No, I'm talking about those tiny decisions that you don't bat an eye at, you don't think about. It just happens automatically, like on autopilot, right? You don't give it a second thought. Yeah, those are the ones that fuck your shit up the most. Yeah, those tiny little decisions are the things that fuck your shit up the most. If you look at them as one-offs, then they don't seem like much. But if you look at all of them together as an aggregate, then that's where you find the momentum, the power to derail yourself in your life. We think we are being nice. We think we are being helpful. You are slowly stripping yourself of what you need. Yeah, you're slowly stripping yourself of what you need. That's how your needs go from first, second, third, fourth, and so on and so forth. The nicer you are, the more people that come to you, the more frequent they come to you, the more difficult it becomes for you. Yeah, their issues become your problem. Before you know it, you cease to motherfucking matter. Your issues cease to motherfucking matter. Your needs cease to motherfucking exist, right? Your needs become a figment of someone's goddamn imagination. Yeah, it's not even a part of your motherfucking imagination anymore. It's so far removed. Then you start to really, really rely on the gratitude and adoration of others to feed your soul. But what happens? What happens when these quote unquote grateful people expect more from you to get the same amount of the original gratitude that you were getting? Listen to what the fuck I said. You start pandering to others to achieve compatibility. And to achieve this compatibility, you start doing shit that you really don't want to motherfucking do. And that is a goddamn slippery slope. And at some point, while you are achieving quote unquote compatibility, you and your needs motherfucking cease to exist. So what feeds your soul? What feeds your being? The gratitude of others. Yeah, the quote unquote gratitude from others. But what happens is that initial gratitude, that initial high that you receive from that gratitude, you have to do a lot more work to receive the quantity and the quality of the gratitude that you originally received from these motherfuckers. Yeah. Now you're beginning to see how slippery this slope really is. You start working your ass harder, longer. You start trying to solve other people's quote unquote problems before they even happen. All of a sudden, you've become a motherfucking mind reader, right? You read goddamn minds. You are anticipating everyone's needs and wants, and unbeknownst to you, yes, unbeknownst to you, you have made yourself a goddamn doormat. A doormat to your partner, boss, kids, friends, strangers. I mean, shit, the list goes on and on. What the fuck has happened to you? What the fuck has happened to your life? Now you are no longer self-sufficient. You need a codependent relationship to survive and thrive. You are going from screwed to fucked up. Yeah, you went from screwed to fucked up. Now, you have all of these people around you with expectations. How do you even begin to unbury yourself from all of these folks? You constantly see and hear someone asking you for shit, even when you're motherfucking alone. Do you have the strength to say no when you have said yes so many motherfucking times when you don't want to? How are you going to grapple with their disappointment, irritation, and anger? Can you run away? Can you run away and start all over with a new group of people? Probably not. Most people crumble with the sheer thought of disappointing another. They crumble, right? Their life has become a goddamn mess. Now, when you start making changes and you start saying no, all of these motherfuckers that you've helped countless times are talking and giving you shit. Now you're feeling betrayed because these selfish, ungrateful motherfuckers have the audacity to give you a hard time for wanting to focus on yourself and not them. It's ridiculous. That's when you really have to evaluate yourself and the people you have in your life. Yeah, that's what I said. I'm telling you, most people cannot and will not make the shift to take care of their needs. Right. They're too busy relying on people to fulfill them. Yes, you're too busy relying on people to fulfill you, and it's a drug. It's a very strong, strong drug. And you've got to get it from as many people in all areas of your life to feel normal or alive. But here's some real talk. Living life in this way is like a slow death. You are hollow on the inside. Can you admit it? Will you admit it? Actually, it's a motherfucking black hole. That's actually what it is. It's a goddamn black hole. It's a never-ending pit. Now, I don't remember if I said this already or not, but can you see how or what type of boundaries you maintain is a direct reflection of your personal values? Listen to what the fuck I said. How and what type of personal boundaries you maintain is a direct reflection of your own personal values, of your own self-worth. You guard your wallet, right? You guard your purse. You guard your high valuables. Yet you leave you.
Yes, you leave you open and exposed, getting suckered by the minute. If you can protect objects, then why not yourself? Now, when I say protect, you have to be very, very conscious of what I'm saying. I'm not saying build a fortress and cut yourself off from the world. That's not living. But being wise, having wisdom behind how you protect yourself is a form of nurturing. Okay? So listen very carefully. Why not guard yourself? You have to have limits. It helps you maintain balance in your life. Oh, you think only good people say yes? That's some fucking bullshit. That's another fucking lie. Someone was setting you up to be a lifetime motherfucking sucker. That's what I said. Someone was setting you up to be a lifetime sucker. In life, people are typically givers or takers. Do you agree or disagree? I am a giver. Yes. Yes, the woman that can say no without batting a goddamn eyelash is a giver. Why do you think I'm such a hard ass? Yes, I am a giver. How do you guys think I got this way? Huh? People think that because you are nice, you are kind, you are giving, thoughtful, and compassionate, they see you as a motherfucking sucker. That's what they see you as, a mother sucker, not a motherfucker. They see you as a mother sucker. That's what the fuck I said. They see you as a big ass fucking sucker. And they will suck your soul out of your goddamn body. So I got fed up. Let me call it spade and I got fed up and I said, fuck that. Fuck this, fuck that, fuck it. That's what I said. I'm done. I used to believe that if you take really great care of someone, then in return, they will do the same for you. Huh? Can you guess how the fuck that worked out for me? Take a guess. Take a wild guess how the shit worked out. You can tell what the fuck I'm talking about. It didn't work at all. And even after doing so much for a person or people, they can still turn around and say, you do nothing for them. Did you hear what the fuck I said? You can sell your goddamn soul, your body, all your motherfucking possessions for someone. And they can still turn around and look you bold square in your face and say, thank you, but no thank you. You haven't done a goddamn thing for me. Do you feel me? Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, shit, anyone can do that. So, and then they'll turn around and say, you know what? Yeah, you did that for me. So the fuck what? I can get that shit from anybody. Anyone can do that. What you did was nothing special. Huh? What you did was nothing special? Why are you making that big of a deal of it? It's funny as hell, isn't it? It's funny as hell. No, it's fucking crazy as hell. That's what the fuck it is. It's not funny. It's fucking crazy. It's out of this world insane. So the question is, who's the crazy one? Is it the person that's giving? Or is it the motherfucker that's taking? Is it the motherfucker that continue to give? Or is it the motherfucker that continue to take? Yeah, that's what the fuck I said. If you got someone saying, shit, I can get that shit from anywhere. You did that, so what? Oh, you didn't do enough or you didn't do anything. Then you got to ask that stupid ass motherfucker. Then if it ain't nothing, then why the fuck you still sitting there with your fucking hands out? Right? That's one point of view. And then you got the giver saying, shit, I did all this shit for you. Isn't that worth something? And then you got to look at yourself saying, why the fuck did I keep doing this stupid ass shit to begin with? Right? Like, what the fuck was I thinking? So is it funny or is it fucking crazy or is it a blend of both? You got to ask. You got to ask those questions. Now, someone may be thinking, someone may be thinking and want to ask me, but you can't ask me. If you could, that would be a different story. We have to talk about the voices I was hearing, but you can't ask me. So I will ask the question, why would you overgive of yourself to that extent? Yeah, why would I overgive of myself to that extent? Well, I've got a twisted and honest answer for you guys. You got that? I got a twisted and honest motherfucking answer for you. I was depositing my time, energy, and efforts to prove my value, my worth. Oh, see, I told y'all asses to keep the fuck up with me. I told you I had a twisted and honest answer. Twisted means it's going to be complicated, but I believe that you can keep the fuck up with me. Listen to what the hell I said. The question was, why would I overgive of myself? And I told you I had a honest and a twisted answer for your asses. Now listen very carefully to that answer. I was depositing my time, my energy, and my efforts to show, to prove my value. Yeah. So once I convince the other person or other persons, then they will see how great I am. And in return, they will give and overgive to me as proof of how invaluable I am. Oh gosh, I left you the fuck behind, didn't I? Yeah, see, that's what happens. I have a tendency to be very, very honest. So with that honesty comes with a lot of motherfucking confusion if you can't keep the fuck up. It's confusing. I told you that it was twisted. Here is a simple example. Imagine depositing checks into an account. The balance gets higher and higher. Now, this account does not belong to you. You are depositing into someone else's account. Okay? This is someone else's account that you're depositing into. So naturally, they are very happy and they are reaping your benefits. The account is growing. So your hope is that they see you as a cash cow or golden goose and put you up on the pedestal that you deserve to be on. But instead, y'all should have known and instead was coming. Instead, the motherfucker, yeah, that's what I said, the motherfucker, yeah, looks very carefully and says, that is on you. And by the way, you need to give me some motherfucking more. Yes, that's what the fuck I said. You're depositing in someone else's account in hopes that they see your value, your worth, what you bring to the table in their life. And their bitch ass saying, shit, that's all you giving? That's all you got? Nah, motherfucker, nah, motherfucker, nah, motherfucker. You need to give me more. And while you're giving me more, you ain't doing shit in the first goddamn place. You get it. Yeah, you get it. It's some funny shit. At some point, you've got to get smart. You've got to look long and hard at yourself in the situation. Yeah. Then you got to take all that fucking energy and effort and put that shit into your damn self by any means necessary. Did you hear what the fuck I said? Yeah. When you're dealing with ungrateful son of a bitches, and when I say ungrateful, let me put it this way, in a more spiritual way. When you're dealing with people who are not at your vibration level, people who are, they're not better, they're not worse, but you're just not vibing. There's no you're not resonating. You're not resonating. When people are in tune, it just flows, it goes. And when you're not in tune, the shit sounds like fucking fingernails on a goddamn chalkboard. Yes, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. When you're no longer resonating, you got to take all your shit back. All that shit that the person said is nothing. It's not valuable. I can get that shit from anywhere. No big deal. All that fucking shit. Big deal. You take your shit back. You take all your shit back. Don't bat an eye. Don't motherfucking blink. Don't even rethink that shit. Take all your motherfucking shit back by any means necessary. Now, spoiled people, that's what the fuck I said. The same motherfuckers that who's been reaping your benefits. I'm calling them spoiled. The unappreciative motherfuckers, I'm calling them spoiled, just to be clear. Now, spoiled people will do whatever they can to get you to break and go back to behaviors that are dishonoring, disloyal, and destructive to yourself. A person without healthy boundaries will definitely find themselves in a dysfunctional and codependent relationship. You hear me? Whoever the fuck you want it, are in a healthy and balanced place, your decision-making skills become magical. Yeah, They become magical. When you are balanced, you're secure, you have clarity, you're vibing with someone that's at your fucking level that you should be vibing with, your decision making become magical. But as long as you are operating under a codependency umbrella, life is going to be all or nothing for you. Yeah. But with balance, you can say no. And then you can decide if you want to say yes to a small part of something. And then you can turn around and say no to the other stuff. Yes, you can pivot very freely and very easily when you are in a resonating type of relationship, a person that you vibe with. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. Whatever you do or don't do, there's gratitude, there's respect, there's appreciation there. Just for your very existence and being. You become fluid. Yes, because your commitment lies with you first. Yes, when you commit to yourself first, having commitments with others become easy. When you are honoring you, you will feel no guilt, no shame, no regrets. You will understand. Yes, you will understand that people need to find their own shit, pick up their own shit, and deal with their own shit. Do you hear what the fuck I said? Yes, all this quote unquote compatibility. I think compatibility is a stupid ass motherfucking word. It's a very limiting word. It's a very restrictive word. It doesn't even begin to address or assess what we should seek as people. Most of us get into relationships, seek relationships based on an ego state of mind. What's an ego state of mind? You have a checklist. Does the person have this, do this, they look this way, they behave this way, they went to this school, they have this type of family, drive this type of car. It's a checklist. What happens with those fucking checklists as life goes on is that shit that looks good on motherfucking paper is not really good in real life. Yeah, you guys, I can tell that your brain is your brain is starting to misfire. Normally my brain is the motherfucker that's misfiring, but I'm making your brain misfire. Listen to what the fuck I said. What looks good on the surface may not be very enriching on you on an inner being level. Yeah. What looks good on the surface may leave you feeling depleted, may leave you feeling hollow, may leave you feeling bored, may leave you feeling like life is motherfucking being tolerated. And I've told you before, life is not meant to be tolerated. Life is meant to be motherfucking lived. Yes, but as long as you're operating under the state of your motherfucking ego, which means it has to look a certain way, it has to sound a certain way, and then when it is, that's the way it has to be. No. Shit doesn't work like that. That is why so many of you motherfucking people are hopping in and out of motherfucking relationships, because it doesn't work that way. No. It's more complicated and actually more simple than that. It's more simple than that. Have you ever wondered why we all have different personalities? We have different personalities for a reason, because our spirits, our souls are completely different. So what I'm trying to get you guys to understand is there are some basics that should be there, but you need to go off of instincts. You need to go off your instincts. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying find a motherfucking hobo at the fucking stop sign and say that you're vibing with that motherfucker. No, use some sense here. Use some judgment. What I'm trying to say to you is follows. Use your instincts. That gut feeling. Yes, that gut feeling as the direction pointer. And then you use your brain to make that shit happen. See, I lost y'all. See, we're going to keep the fuck up someplace. We're going to keep it the fuck up. I'm telling you to use your instincts, to use your gut, so you can find people who you vibe with. Yes, people you vibe with, things just go a lot easier because you're at the same place spiritually. And things just go, they flow, they're fit, it's comfortable, it works. Yeah, you may have some things that you agree or disagree with, but that's okay. You can work through that because you vibe. It just flows. It's like music. It's like harmony. It just works. It works. So when your instincts tell you, hey, I like this. This makes me feel good. Because feeling good is not a motherfucking crime. Let's be clear. Feeling good is not a crime. If your instinct says, hey, I like this. This works for me. Then that is when you use your brain, your ego, to find healthy, balanced steps to bring something to fruition or to bring it into your life. But if you go forward making decisions based off of your ego and checking motherfucking boxes, that is why a lot of your asses are bored. That's what the fuck I said. You're bored, you're unfulfilled, and you're sniffing and you're whiffing, you feel restless and you're itchy and you can't figure out what the fucking going on because you made a relationship decision, like the rest of us, based off of some checklists that you have, and the shit just ain't working. But it looks good on goddamn paper, so you're going to stick with it. You're miserable, you're bored, you're fucking suffocating, you're goddamn dying, but it looks good on paper. So if it looks good on paper, something must be fucking wrong with you, right? No. If it doesn't feel right, even though it looks good, that is your soul way of telling you, this shit is not working for me. I'm dying. I can't breathe. I can't take the shit. I don't know what the fuck is wrong, but I get the fuck out of here. I get the fuck out of Dodge. That is your soul speaking. If something makes you feel good, you stick with that shit until it no longer makes you feel good. Okay? And then at that point in time, when you decide that this is not working for me, then that is when you use your mind to start taking actionable steps to remove yourself from that situation. Okay? There's a purpose for your spirit and there's a purpose for your ego. Your ego is to serve your spirit. Your ego's only purpose is to come up with an action plan to implement what your spirit needs. And what your spirit needs is to feel good, to feel light, to feel alive, and to live to its truest purpose. Whether it's a job, a relationship, or whatever the fuck else you do, if it doesn't make you feel like, yes, I'm happy to be motherfucking alive and this is just rejuvenating, reinvigorating, rejuvenating, refreshing, then you're miserable as fuck. You're going off of your ego. You need to put your ego to the fucking back and use your spirit as a guide. If you have questions about it, you could always hit me up later. Okay? But what I was saying is you need to have no guilt, no shame, no regrets. You need to allow people to find their own shit, pick up their own shit, and deal with their own shit. You are not responsible for their well-being. You are not responsible for other people's well-beings. If you have kids, yes. But last I heard, most motherfuckers are not supposed to be in a relationship with motherfucking kids. So I'm assuming all you goddamn people listening to me, yes, listening to me, you are an adult. If you're a kid listening to this, you better get the fuck off. Call your mama, call your daddy, and tell them they better pay better attention and stop listening to my motherfucking show until you're 18 years of age. First point. Second point, we are here to deal with our own shit. Yeah. And sometimes when we're dealing with our own shit, it requires us to make some decisions that are self-honoring, but unfortunately, it's going to cause some aches and pains for some people in your life. And because it's going to cause aches and pains in other people's life, it keeps you from making the motherfucking decisions that you should be making out of fear of causing them pain. Pain is a part of life, so is happiness. But if you're not happy, you're miserable, you are dying a slow goddamn death. You're suffocating and you're doing yourself and everyone around you a disservice. Nobody wants to be around a miserable son of a bitch. People want to be around happy, high vibrating people. Okay. So if you are not happy in a situation, that means you're miserable and everybody around you is motherfucking miserable. So maybe you want to do yourself a favor, make yourself happy so you can show other people how to be fucking happy. And then it all will eventually work out over time. You are not responsible for the well-being of others. How are you? You can't even take care of your damn self. I mean, shit. The stuff we are programmed to believe, you will be amazed how little this shit causes us to know about ourselves. Yes, we are programmed to believe certain things. And these things that we believe, like quote unquote compatibility, that ego-based bullshit, will cause you to know very little about yourselves. That is why people get old as hell and they look left, they look right. They look in the motherfucking mirror and say, what in the fuck is going on here? This doesn't work for me. That's called a fucking midlife crisis because you have made some decisions that other people thought were great. You thought it looked great on motherfucking paper. And the longer you've been in it, you realize, oh my God, this shit is not working for me. It's not working for me. You can't establish personal boundaries until you know the extent of yourself. This is what the fuck I said, because this coming to my real segment is coming to an end. You cannot establish personal boundaries until you know the extent, the true extent of yourself. You have to know your personal girth, your personal depth. That's how you will set an appropriate perimeter. If you owned a piece of land, then you would survey it, right? Yeah, you would survey it. And then by surveying it, you will know where to put the fucking fences and the perimeter and the boundaries around that land. Well, you are that land. Take the time to assess yourself and guard your own personal interests. Life is meant to be fucking lived. It's not meant to be fucking tolerated. It's not. That's why all your asses on motherfucking depression pills and anxiety pills and any other motherfucking cocktail pills that you get from the doctor. Fuck that shit. You're on that medicine because you're doing shit that does not speak to your heart and soul. Like, how simple can I fucking say that shit? And then you feel too cowardly to make the changes that you need to live a life that is free and liberating for you. Do you, be you. Take the time to assess yourself and guard your personal interests, which is you. You are your personal interests. You will only receive what you are already given to yourself. Do you understand? You will only receive in life what you are already giving to yourself. So if you have already convinced yourself of your own value and you know what you are going to do and what you're not going to do, what you will permit and what you will not permit, you will naturally have people come into your life that fit with that. But if something is causing you to be irritable, restless, unhappy, you feel suffocated, you feel stifled, you feel confused, you feel lost, you feel disconnected, I'm telling you what it is. It's your soul way of saying what you have done and what you are doing up to this point. It's wrong. It doesn't work. It doesn't matter how great it looks on paper. We are meant to be here, to be happy, to live life to the fullest. Not the fullest, but the fullest. And to learn from our mistakes very quickly, pivot, adjust, adapt, and fly. We are meant to ascend. We're not meant to be stuck in this fucking stupid ass compatibility bullshit and what a person should look like and what a person should be. Do you, be you, and if something makes your motherfucking heart tickle and your soul tickle and you feel alive, then you go with that shit. You follow that shit because that is where you're supposed to be at that point in time. And then when you decide that's the direction you're going to go, unfortunately, you're going to have to come up with a plan that's going to cause some people a little bit of pain in the short term, but in the long term, your happiness will radiate to them and they will naturally become happy and they will learn how to make self-honoring and respectful decisions. Lead by motherfucking example, people. Lead by example. Do you, be you. Shit, something else will catch someone else's motherfucking attention. And if someone doesn't want to be in your life because you're making a self-honoring decision, then, I don't give a fuck who that person is in your motherfucking life, what their title is, and then that person's journey with you has come to an end. And you need to cut that shit loose and you need to move the fuck on. But hey, a lot of us like to be miserable. Shit. That's why they said misery loves company. I'm not in the mood to party with any motherfucking miserable people. Let me tell you that right now. I'd rather be by myself and happy than have a whole bunch of miserable, scared, cowardly ass motherfuckers around me. Let's get that straight. Life is too short to be miserable, stressed, and upset. I cut that shit loose. And like I said before, I keeps that shit moving. If you're moving like I'm moving, we can roll the fuck together. But if you are not moving like I'm moving, I got to leave your ass the fuck behind. I don't care if you're my mama, my daddy, the Pope, the granddaddy, Jesus, whoever the fuck did. I don't give a fuck who you are. I'm here to be happy. That's it. And I suggest you do the fucking same. So this is the end of my Come Into My World segment. I'll be moving on to some other things in the news. Hopefully you guys learned something. And let's get started on the other stuff.
All right, so let's talk about some things or something in the news. What I'm talking to you about now, it may be the only thing that I touch upon due to time, so please forgive me. But what I read was an article, and a teenage girl accused two on-duty cops of rape. And the law actually protected them. Yeah, what you heard is what the fuck I said. That's what's going on. A teenager accused two on-duty cops of rape. And there is a law that actually protects them. And you're probably thinking, Tara, how the fuck is that possible, right? How's it possible that two on-duty cops can be protected against rape, but a motherfucker on the street with enough proof can be convicted of rape? And I would say that's a very, very good question. So let's proceed and see if we can figure out the motherfucking answer. She lives in one of 35 states where officers can claim a detainee consented. Listen, I want to be clear. I'm laughing about how ridiculous this shit is. I'm not laughing at what has been done. Rape is wrong. I'm laughing at the absurdity of the fact that there is a law that protects cops and says some shit that someone who is detained, which means clink, clank, clink, clank. You know what clink, clank is? That's motherfucking handcuffs. Detained can consent to some fucking sex. Oh, God. See, my shit is misfiring. How in the fuck is that possible? Matter of fact, I didn't even scratch. Instead of scratching, 2 fingers went to my motherfucking temple, which means I'm beyond motherfucking scratching. When I start misfiring and 2 fingers go to my temple, I'm trying to contain my motherfucking shit. I'm containing it. I'm bringing it back down before I explode. How is it possible for a law to exist that gives cops the opportunity to have sexual relations with a motherfucker that they have in clank, clank, clink, motherfucking clank clubs? Can you explain that shit for me? Huh? How's that possible? How is that shit possible? You and I both know there's plenty of women and there's some motherfucking men who like people in goddamn uniforms. So how and why in the fuck will you want to fuck with somebody in the back of your goddamn car and motherfucking handcuffs? Like, really? That shit is off the wall. It's crazy. She said the cops were two plainclothes detectives. Okay? So this is a situation in which she encountered them. She encountered them because they flashed their badges and began asking questions. She was basically in a car, parked someplace under a bridge, near a bridge, whatever, with 2 other friends of hers. Okay? And they were just hanging out, chilling, listening to music, doing whatever, teenagers are supposed to do or not supposed to do, whatever. But 3 of them were in the car listening to music, hanging out, doing some shit they weren't supposed to do. The detective, plainclothes detective, approached the car. They flashed their badges and they began asking questions to the 3 teenagers in the car. And since there was weed in the front cup holder, the detectives ordered all 3 occupants of the vehicle out of the car. Now, the one that says she was raped, she was handcuffed, and her friends were free to go. Yep, that's what the fuck I said. 3 of them in the car. All of them were probably smoking weed. All 3 of them were asked to get the fuck out. 2 of them said they can go. 1 was handcuffed. Now, she could have been talking shit. Doesn't really motherfucking matter. I don't see how 1 are handcuffed and the other 2 weren't handcuffed. But for some reason, they chose to handcuff her ass. For whatever reason. But they should have had the same motherfucking standards for everybody. So if you're going to clink, clank every motherfucking body, if you're going to clink, clank one body, then you need to clink, clank every motherfucking body. Do you understand? But they didn't do that. She was placed in an unmarked car, which is their car. Yeah, she was placed in an unmarked car. Actually, she was placed in an unmarked van, and the van had tinted windows. And they got in the van with her. And they drove the van around the New York City streets.
And she said that they took turns raping her as the van cruised the streets, and she sat handcuffed for almost an hour. Yeah, I'm paused because the shit is just, it's unbloody believable. How they found their way to the car, how they chose her, how they handcuffed her, put her in an unmarked car, and told the friends to disappear. Like, they weren't even following protocol. Like, her friends should have called a parent, should have called the police department, should have called somebody. Somebody should have realized some shit didn't make sense. Some shit didn't motherfucking add up. Let me tell you that. Because if you're going to let 2 out of 3 people go, you're going to let 66% of the occupancy of the vehicle go, but you're going to hold on to a third. They don't have a badge number. They don't have a name. Her friends, they don't have shit. They have shit. And I can guarantee you that her friends then go home and tell their parents they said nothing about nothing. Because they probably didn't want to get their asses in trouble. And they figure, you know what, she'll probably just end up, she'll be booked, she'll get in trouble, she'll keep her mouth shut for us, and then we'll figure out a way to make this better for her. So they got no information because they were basically happy that they got the fuck off and scared for their friends. So they're driving around these streets in an unmarked car, pulling over, switching driver seats, and raping her for about an hour. And then the detectives, yes, the detectives dropped her off 1/4 of a mile from the police station because she was seen on surveillance footage. Now, I'm not sure if you guys are connecting the dots the way I'm connecting the dots, but this shit seems predatory. It seems very predatory. It makes no motherfucking sense. If you are protecting the city motherfucking streets, and all 3 people are doing the same goddamn thing, why you choose to arrest her? And why not arrest the other 2 people that were there? That would make more sense to me. Oh, you didn't want any other motherfucking witnesses to the shit that you already had planned. Which leads me to believe that these 2 motherfucking plainclothes detectives were driving around known areas in which teenagers hang and do illegal, illicit shit. Yeah, that's what the fuck I said, because that's what the fuck I meant. These officers have done this shit before. Everybody knows there's certain areas where certain things go on. And as police officers and detectives, they should know that shit. So if you got detectives who are acting like motherfucking predators, naturally, they know where to find their motherfucking prey. So they honed in on her, arrested her ass, flashed the badge. I mean, there's no way to know if that motherfucking badge was real because they flashed it so motherfucking fast. No one got a name or a fucking badge number. And most teenagers don't have the balls or the gall to question a police officer. They're trying to get the fuck out of the way and stay the fuck out of the way, which these detectives probably knew. Because if the teenagers actually got to set up and say, give me your name, give me your badge number, then they would have probably been arrested also. And the cops knew this shit. Let's be clear. This shit is not by accident. It's well thought out. It's pre-motherfucking tated, which means they've done this shit before. These cops made no arrests. They issued no citations. They filed no police paperwork about the stop. Huh? Yeah. So these motherfuckers are on duty looking for fucking, I wouldn't even say a fucking, they're tapping people on the motherfucking shoulder. They're actually fucking clanking motherfuckers saying, I got your ass. I want your ass. You're going on a date with me. You may not approve the motherfucking date. You probably said no, but you know, your no means a motherfucking yes to me. You're coming with me. Clink, get the fuck in my car. The rest of you son of a bitches, I advise you get the fuck out of here before I arrest you also. These are premeditating rapists. These are fucking, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. They planned this shit. They're looking for unwilling motherfucking dates. They find people to arrest. To fuck. Like, how fucking loser is that? Like, it's unbelievable. And that's why I said in another episode, this shit is not about the sex. It's about the game and it's a motherfucking power. Because there's a good chunk of women who like police officers. They like motherfuckers that carry guns. They like people in uniforms. They like that bad boy shit. So why you have to get someone who's pretty much underage, separate her from her friends, handcuff her motherfucking ass, throw her in an unmarked car, which means you can be a fucking painter, a handyman, you can be any motherfucking body. There's no way for anyone to notice you because you're blending the fuck in. You do what the fuck you want. You flash your badge really fast, show your gun or whatever to intimidate people, and you go around motherfucking raping people. You go around raping people. So when did the cops go from fucking helping us to just fucking us? That's what the fuck I want to know. When did the cops go from fucking helping us to just fucking us? I mean, shit. Who needs help when there's... Who needs help? Who needs help when there's fucking that needs to get done, right? Shit. If there's a law protecting these motherfuckers, why would they go around serving and protecting us when they can serve and fucking protect their own motherfucking dicks? Like, how does that fucking make sense, right? No, this shit is motherfucking wrong. It's goddamn wrong. Like, how is that fucking possible? How can someone motherfucking consent when they're under arrest? Like, I personally have never been in handcuffs, but I would be trying to get the fuck out of there and get back to a safe place. How is it possible for there to be a law that allows someone to consent to some shit when they're under duress? How is it possible? If you're not under duress when you're on a motherfucking clank with fucking handcuffs in the back of a cop car, I have to question what the fuck is wrong with you. But that's another motherfucking episode. But in this episode, I'm going to assume that you are upset by the fact that you're in motherfucking handcuffs. How are you thinking about getting fucked when you are uncomfortable in the back of a police vehicle, bouncing your motherfucking head around, and it just seems wrong? In New York State, there's no law that specifically states it's illegal for police officers or sheriff's deputies in the field to have sex with someone in their custody. Whoa. That's what the hell I said. In New York State, there's no law that specifically states it's illegal for police officers or sheriff deputies in the field to have sex with someone in their custody. It's like, wow. And what's more interesting is how in the hell did these police officers know that this law exists? Huh? This is what the fuck I said. This is such an obscure law. Why would a police officer or sheriff deputy have a need to know about this law? Are they teaching this shit in police academy school? No, they're not teaching this in police academy school because it's an unspoken perk. Yep, that's what the fuck I said. It's an unspoken perk within the police department. That is why it is spread around. That is why it's known. This law is so goddamn old, there's no possible way for anyone to know about this shit unless people are availing themselves of it and getting away quite happily. There's a law that protects on-duty police officers and allows them to rape people. Now, how is she going to say, I consented or not? How you gonna prove that shit? Matter of fact, if you're doing your motherfucking job, how the fuck are you thinking about fucking? Huh? You're supposed to be protecting your life, protecting other people's lives. How is it that your dick is out on the motherfucking job? Huh? Is that the key to open up the motherfucking handcuffs? How is it possible that you can possibly think about fucking when you are out on the streets serving and protecting citizens? How is that possible? Unless you had already made a plan to find some unwilling motherfucking dates to fuck over. And that's the only way you could be thinking about some motherfucking fucking if you are there to do your job. That means the police officers are rapists in blue motherfucking suits. That's what the fuck I said. They are rapists in blue suits. And they are on the job that day for that specific purpose of finding some shit that wasn't theirs to avail of. The girl never said yes. And how are they going to prove the fuck that she said yes? How is anyone in the back of a police car with, like I said, with handcuffs going to say yes? And who in their right mind would want to be with someone in a motherfucking handcuff that's in a vulnerable position? Wait till her ass gets bailed out of motherfucking jail if you want her that much. Like, why can't you fucking wait until you put her in the slammer, She gets bailed the fuck out. Then you ask her out on the motherfucking date, right? She has some say. She has some power. Why you want to basically force yourself on some motherfucker who's basically restricted physically, and you can do whatever you want? It's not like you took the motherfucking handcuffs off her, did you? No, you didn't take the fucking handcuffs off of her. So it's something more sick and very demented. It's fucking twisted. It's twisted. Someone in their custody, anyone in custody, should not have to go through that. Now, there are some safe states, and I will list them for you all. Washington is a safe state. Oregon, California, Arizona, Utah, Oklahoma, North Dakota, Ohio, Indiana, Georgia, Florida, and North Carolina, Alaska, New Jersey, and Connecticut. These are safe states. Safe states. If you are not living in those states that I listed, you better be motherfucking careful. Do you understand? Do you understand? Because if you happen to get arrested intentionally or unintentionally, you may get fucked. You are fucked and you may get fucked. And there will be nothing you can do about it. Do you understand what the fuck I'm saying? Too many fucks in one sentence. I know, but I'm sure you can figure out what the hell I'm talking about. If you are not in a safe state, you are at risk. You are at risk. There's a possibility that you can have a weak-minded son of a bitch, predatory son of a bitch, who may decide that you are their type and may do whatever they feel that they want to do to you and say that you consented to some shit. It's not like they're going to record it. It's not like they're going to have any proof. No, they have a law that they can hide the fuck behind. They have a law that they can hide behind. And there will be nothing you can do. And you'll be victimized. You will be screwed over by the experience, traumatized and fucking victimized by someone that's supposed to serve and protect you. It makes no sense why we would have something like that on the law. I mean, it makes no sense. I don't even see who in the hell would vote for some shit like that. Like, why would you think it's okay to put a fucking law in place that says, you know what? It's okay. You arrest someone, and while you're arresting someone, you notice there's a chemistry, there's an attraction. Shit. Keep them locked up, but fuck them any way you want to. Fuck them from 10 ways to Sunday. And some motherfuckers voted that shit into law. People in government wrote the law, voted for the motherfucking law, and kept that goddamn law on the books. Do you understand what I said? They kept the law on the motherfucking books. Why would police officers need that protection? Are you hiring a bunch of motherfucking losers who can't get a date? Why would you avail them or make that available for some people who's supposed to look after us? It's just wrong. And the other states, this is what the states that are unsafe, the other states think that it's unpopular to pursue laws that target law enforcement. Huh? So they're saying they don't want to change a law that gives police officers the opportunity to rape someone. They don't want to pursue those laws because they don't want to appear that they're targeting law enforcement. But it's okay for law enforcement to have a law that protects them for targeting other people, right? What in the hell is wrong with people? What is wrong with people? This shit. Why don't you just set them up on motherfucking eHarmony then? Why don't you get them a fucking Tinder or Grindr account? Why can't you stand by some shit? And then you're going to leave it up to the victim to sit here and try to disprove a motherfucker with a badge saying, hey, I never consented. How are he or she, how are they going to prove that shit? It's not a fair playing ground. It's not fair at all. And these people are so fucking shameless. They're not going to change it anytime soon. Which leads me to believe that this shit has been happening for a long damn time. A very long damn time. And it's like I said, it's one of the fucking perks on the job. It's an unspoken perk on the job. Obscure laws are usually collecting dust. No one knows about it because no one motherfucking uses it. When you have 2-bit plainclothes detectives knowing about some shit that really they shouldn't motherfucking know about, that should tell you that there's some sick, twisted, demented shit that's going on behind that fucking blue wall. And it's wrong. And like I said before, there should be some type of mental fitness test because not everyone is supposed to be in a leadership position. There should be no way that something like this could ever be accepted or condoned. And even if it was voted into law, that shit should be erased off the books as fast as fucking possible. Because a teenager was just raped. And you are protecting the officers that did it. And they did it so blatantly. There was no citation. There was no paperwork. There was nothing. They dropped her ass off near the motherfucking police station. You know why they dropped her off near the motherfucking police station? Because they wanted proof. They knew there was a camera there. And they wanted proof that when they were done with her, they left her in quote unquote one motherfucking piece. And that's why I'm using the quote unquote part. They wanted proof that when she left their possession, that she was still in one quote unquote piece. They were protecting their asses all the way. They got this shit down and they've done it to a lot more people. Otherwise, why not drop her where the fuck you picked her up? Why drop her off near the fucking police station? Because that's how they do the shit. They're not the only ones doing it. They're all doing it. And they're dropping off near the police station so their ass is covered. So if she says, you know what, I was battered, I was injured, I ended up dead. No, they're going to say, no, we had her, we picked her up, we dropped her off here. She was fine when she fucking left us. So if something happened to her after that, it's not our fault. And by the way, motherfuckers, we fucked her and we're protected because we're on duty, bitches. Peace out. Bye.
Are you disappointed this has come to an end? Well, it doesn't have to. Reach out and let me know what you think about this episode and my podcast. You can try and slide into my DM, but I will kick your ass out. So I suggest you hop into my DM on Instagram at Difficult and Demanding or Twitter at Mrs. D and D, or leave a comment on one of my posts. Now give. My episode links to friends, family, associates, frenemies. Hell, give it to your enemies. Actually, I don't give a damn who you give it to. Just give the shit to people and bring laughter to others and show your love for this podcast. Have you had enough? I hope not, because I'm not done with you yet. Episode 29 will be here on June 8th, 2018 from the I'm Difficult and Demanding podcast, keeping it real on the ridiculous world we live in. In the meantime, I am waiting for you to come and visit my Instagram page at Difficult and Demanding and my Twitter page at Mrs. D and D.